What's going on, everyone? So, say what you want about D'Angelo Russell. When he is on, has been fantastic, right? Coming off an excellent game without LeBron James. I've talked heavily about how D'Angelo Russell, the reason he seems to do well every time LeBron doesn't play is because he gets to play his role, right? He gets to be the point guard. He gets to wheel and deal, make plays. He gets to be more aggressive, right? He's almost forced and obligated to be more aggressive. And then you take out Austin Reeves. Now he has no choice, right? He's got to go get 30 and then wheel and deal and play the point guard role. He also is a plus 69, which is by far the best plus minus on the team. Now, again, plus minus isn't just a singular stat for specific player, right? There's a lot that goes into plus minus, such as your other four men on the court at the time, right? A lot of times he's coming off the bench and stuff, but this is a guy that he's just, when he is able to operate the way that we need him to operate, it is very impactful, right? Now, look, I'm not saying you don't trade D'Angelo Russell. I, once again, would be completely shocked if he is on this roster after the trade deadline. I am pretty confident that the Lakers are going to move him at some point, but until then, that's my biggest thing, is until then, right? Because you still may have as much as like 2 months before they actually end up trading D'Angelo Russell. And so, to me, in that time, you need to put the best version of D'Angelo Russell on the court at all times. And in my opinion, that is allowing him to operate in the role that you saw in that previous game. I understand it was Portland. I understand all that. But we've seen him do that time and time again. We've seen him be able to step in, and when he starts playing with that confidence, right? He's a guy that, we've seen knock down 6, 7, 8 threes and just go give you a 30 piece and dish out 10 assists and be able to impact the game offensively. Defensively, he's, open door, right? He's traffic cone. Doesn't have the athleticism, right? There's definitely flaws and issues with D'Angelo Russell, which is why I think you still need to move off of him. But I think until you do that, you want to put D'Lo in the best position to have the biggest impact on this roster. So to me, I just think, one, get back to having LeBron be less usage, right? What is the biggest thing that stands out in this losing streak, since after we won 6 straight and we've had these struggles, right? It's been LeBron James getting back to his typical user rate, right? His usage rating has gone up when previously he was the lowest usage rate of his career because he was playing more off ball. He was kind of picking and choosing his spots. Turnovers were a little down. Right now, you've seen the abundance of turnovers. And look, I'm not saying that LeBron James is washed or anything like that, right? Anytime I'm even remotely critical of LeBron, people overreact to it. No, what I'm saying is that you need to allow D'Angelo Russell to play the role. You need to play and get back to playing through Anthony Davis. LeBron James is 40 in year 22. He shouldn't have to be on ball all game, every game, nonstop, 360. You need to be able to rely on these other players. And one of the things that I talked about going into that game without LeBron, I said, made a community post, even made a video on As It Stands Lakers, all that stuff, right? Where I talked about how watch Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell have great games. Again, I said that before the game. And guess what both of those guys did? Oh, yeah, they had great games. How did I know that? Right? Because every time LeBron sits, they have a great game. Because Rui Hachimura gets to play the 4, which you saw him get to play the 4, and D'Angelo Russell gets to be the playmaker. He gets to be on ball. And they didn't start D'Lo. He came off the bench, right? So he came off the bench, played 34 minutes. He had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 14 assists, 50% from three-point range, 9 of 17 overall, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. On 14 assists, he only had 2 turnovers. All right? Rui Hachimura, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 9 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3, 1 block, 4 steals, only 1 turnover, was a plus 31. Right? It's why I've said I think Rui Hachimura needs to go to the bench. I think you need to have D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura off the bench. Right? However you want to configure that starting 5, that's how, JJ Redick needs to figure that out. But I do think that if you have that, now what you can do is you can go say, whatever, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, Dalton Connect, or, well, you've got to go Austin Reeves, right? So go, rephrase it, right? You could go Max Christie or Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, right? Then I think you have Rui and D'Lo come off the bench. I think at that point, I think when, whatever, the 7-minute mark, you take out LeBron, you take out Austin Reeves, and you put in D'Angelo Russell, and you put in Rui Hachimura. And now they can operate. Rui Hachimura now gets to slot in, play the 4. D'Angelo Russell, he gets to come in and be the primary playmaker, be the primary ball handler, because you have LeBron and Reeves off the bench. So now it's like, hey, D'Lo, remember what you did in that Portland game? Go do that again. And you might even be able to knock down LeBron's minutes a little bit, right? He doesn't want to sit games. He wants to play as close to 82 games as possible. Great, fine. Not going to be able to do that if he's playing 35 minutes a game. He's going to end up wearing himself down. So if you can get him to like 28, 30 minutes a game, right? Like, yes, he's not sitting, but he's still playing, 30 minutes a game. But also, it might make him be more aggressive early on, right? If you can get his minutes down, 7, 8 minutes, then that's 7 or 8 minutes that he doesn't get to be out there. He needs to be more aggressive if he wants to get his 20 or whatever. So I think it just kind of pushes everybody, period, to be the better versions of themselves, right? And I just think you need to kind of get more reliant on D'Angelo Russell. We saw it last year, right? Say what you want about Austin Reeves. Say what you want about D'Angelo Russell. Third option D'Angelo Russell was better than third option Austin Reeves this season. Last season, D'Angelo Russell as the third option was better than Austin Reeves, third option this season. It again, look it up, verify. Right? Like, I'm not making this up. Let's do this in real time. Let's look at D'Angelo Russell last season, right? 76 games, averaged 32.7 minutes, right? Got 14.2 field goal attempts. He shot 45.6% from the floor. He shot 41.5% from 3 on 7 attempts. 7.2 attempts, right? He shot 7 attempts from 2-point range on 49.7%. He had an EFG of 56%. He shot 82.8% from the free throw line, gave you 3 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, half a block, only 2.1 turnovers, and 18 points per game. Okay? Right? Cool. Now let's look at Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves this season, he is averaging 33.7 minutes, so nearly a full minute. He's taking 13.2 attempts, so 1 less attempt. He's shooting 44% total from the floor. He is on 7.4 attempts, right? And D'Lo took from 3-point range 7.2, so basically the same 3-point attempts. Austin Reeves is shooting this season 35.5%, so nearly 6% worse than D'Angelo Russell. He is shooting 55% from 2-point range on 5.7 attempts, so he is shooting a better field goal percentage slightly, right? But again, 6% better from 2-point range on 1.5 fewer attempts, right? That's where the difference is. Basically, same 3-point percentage, less 2-point attempts. He has an EFG of 54%, which, again, compared to D'Angelo Russell, he had a 56%. So a better EFG last season. And then he is shooting 77.4% from the foul line to, again, D'Angelo Russell from the foul line last season was 82%. So he's shooting better from the foul line than Austin Reeves is this season. 3.5 rebounds, right? To D'Lo, 2.5 rebounds. 3.1 rebounds. So they're averaging the same rebounds. Austin Reeves is averaging 4.8 assists to D'Lo 6. So D'Lo's averaging more rebounds. Both have 1 steal, so they average the same amount of steals. D'Lo actually averaged more blocks by 0.3, but still. Turnovers 2.3, so similar turnover rating. Austin Reeves is slightly worse, and 16.7 points per game. So, again, D'Angelo Russell averaged more points on better efficiency. He averaged basically that extra step, but on better efficiency, right? Better 3-point percentage, all of it. He's a better playmaker, better on ball, right? He handles ball pressure better. Lakers, one of the Lakers' biggest issues this season is actually pressure, ball pressure. Who's on ball more than he's ever been? Austin Reeves. Again, I'm not saying Austin Reeves is a bad player or anything like that. I'm not saying you have to change running through Austin Reeves and keeping him your third option. That's fine. Keep him your third option. Keep things as is. D'Lo could come off the bench to be your sixth man, right? And for those that are like, well, what's D'Lo doing this year? Again, big difference between being your sixth man and your third man, right? Make D'Lo be your sixth man. Let him stay there, but put him in a position to where he can be more on ball. He can play the role that we saw him play in Portland more. It's the best opportunity for D'Lo. It's the best version of this team. And when he's not cooking or whatever, well, he's already coming off the bench. You can let him sit. It's not a big deal. But when he is, you figure it out, right? You should be going with the best player. If Austin Reeves has it tonight and D'Lo doesn't, go with Austin Reeves and D'Lo, sorry. If it's the other way, that's what you go with, right? Like, it shouldn't be this, like, in between. It should be, okay, D'Lo is shooting 50% from three. Why would I take him out? You know, if he's having a 28-point game, why is he sitting at the end of games, right? Like, again, it depends on the position that they're in. But I really think that they need to lean a bit more into D'Lo this season. Doesn't mean you don't trade D'Lo. Doesn't mean you don't, whatever, right? Like, it's fine. But until that happens, I think you need to trust and rely on D'Angelo Russell more. It's my opinion. As always, pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.